and she develops a relationship with a man. And so she awakens sexually, and she starts new paths in her life, and it's just a whole new life. Real fun to watch that unfolding, and then there's consequences.
Interesting. I thought, that was the only book that I had read.
And it doesn't, it at the core of the consequences is the good of the child, but it doesn't talk about the child's point of view. It only talks about her point of view and people speaking for the child. But it's good for her.
It's an 86?
Mm-hmm.
Ask for it.
I don't think it's, surprisingly, it was on the front page of the New York Times one week, which tends to inspire reserves greatly, whether anyone wants to read it or not. And I can't remember who reserved it. Someone in the office reserved it, and it came really quickly. And I have a copy because it was one of the...
It's kind of like The Color Purple that nobody asked for, really until it won the Pulitzer Prize.
Well, this isn't going to win a Pulitzer Prize. This probably isn't going to win prizes, but it's a book of the times.
You said you didn't read The Chocolate War, Beyond the Chocolate War.
No, I didn't.
I must get around to read that, but I didn't.
Well, it seems like, or maybe I'm thinking of something S.E. Hinton wrote. I thought, it seems like that's one that people had told me they read and said, well, you don't really need to read this.
Beyond the Chocolate War.
That it was okay, but don't go out of your way.
The setting was still a boys' boarding school. Was it the same one?
Well, I thought so. I thought it was just picking up from where it ended.
My internal thought about that was, I sort of read all I wanted to read. I didn't have any motivation to want to know more about that.
Well, I thought it was real bizarre that he would do a sequel. Because he seems to just totally shift gears and just say, done, something new.
And he doesn't go on, like Judy Blume and Norma Klein, sort of always write in the same style.
No.
And he doesn't do that at all. I mean, he'll go off on a whole new different tangent.
And relative to, like, The Chocolate War was so straightforward compared to the other things that he's written. The other things are real hard to always fathom what he's writing. But
I read I Am the Cheese 3 times before, and I'm still not sure that I remember.
I figured I wouldn't understand it any better the third time, so I only read it once.
I didn't even quite, the first time I read Bumblebee Flies Anyway, I wasn't clear whether they really all committed suicide or not here. And it was so vague at the end. When I read it this time, then I understood that, the one guy died because they pulled the plug. But
I don't remember the ending.
Barney did not, but it was real unclear. And I mean, they left with the idea the bumblebee will fly, but we don't have to be in it to achieve our goal, was sort of the...
Well, I'm forgetting the ending of it.
And then you never really do know what happened to Billy the Kidney, who wanted to go in the car, and I'm not... Well, none of them went in the car, really, but he's...
Michael, flip up the other camera on the monitor, please.
And he has that... I don't know whether that's a deliberate thing for him, whether he deliberate... I assume it is.
I think he probably, well, I sort of like reading a book that I'm not real sure what's going on the whole time. I mean, a puzzle book is fun to read for me, and I never really try to figure it out. And I know that it's probably just because I'm not smart enough, because I know there's people who read them and just figure it instantly and predict what's going to happen.
I found that when I went through these again, I kept a list of of characters, because I find that in some books what confuses me is I lose track of some character they talked about way back and then will show up later and I forgot the characteristics. So it helped me a lot when I was doing the reviews to keep a list of characteristics of characters.
Okay, stop tape.
Are you still doing notables for 86?
Yes, this is
Okay, Margie got 5.
Have they been actually recording, or?
I don't know what's the light's on, but I don't know if that means it's recording. No idea.
Well, that the lights are on dim, right? They aren't as bright.
No, but I mean on the camera the lights are on. Yeah, we won't look as bright.
We don't talk as bright either.
We look so pale. I'm going to have to get another dress.
Yes, and write it off on your...
Because really, I just stared at the closet and I stared, and the problem with summer, I have a lot of bright things, but I have too many. They look too summer.
Bill, he can't.
I mean, they look too tank top-ish. And I have one other dress that I can wear, and I have one dress that's blue, and that won't work here.
No, blue against.
So it'll just be exactly like the set.
Well, maybe I should go out and buy a dress and write it off.
There should be a wardrobe here that we can all just change into. Maybe Dayton's would like to provide a wardrobe for us.
Fifi went out and bought a darling dress that she wore for the Reader's Advisory thing, that workshop that they did. And someone told her what colors would be good, and she went to a store and said, I want these colors, and they came up, and it was a really cute outfit.
Gosh. I didn't buy anything new for this.
Well, it never works out for me. That it would have been a good excuse, and I needed something, but I've been looking, and I just, a lot of the clothes seem really weird and trendy, and I tend to wear my clothes for a long time. When I'm paying $100 for a cotton dress.
I'm just getting tired of looking for clothes, so I decided everything's going to be ordered from a catalog. I'm not gonna,
what catalogs do you order from?
Land's End has some good stuff, and there's this other one that's real nice, but I don't remember the name of it. Just pennies.
Have you seen Talbot's catalog?
Oh yes, Talbot's has nice things.
Did you know that they're coming to Wayzata August 1st? Yeah.
No. Because the only place I knew where there was a shop was in the Water Tower in Chicago.
Oh. Gosh, I don't remember, because we went there too.
It's way off in a corner. It's, where the Marshall Fields, you can't get in on all levels and in all places. There's only certain doors.
And there's been an article in the paper.
Nice.
Yeah.
Because that's exactly what kind of clothes they have.
Right. And they had some Liz Claiborne, which is fits me pretty well, usually.
Well, I'm just waiting till I'm through reading books, and then I can sew again and sew. It's just easier to get what you want if you can go and get fabric and a pattern and just make it, than trying to find it on a rack.
I used to
always
do
want
that
too,
but
style.
now I have no room to, I have no place to cut or anything you really need. When I had my big house, I used one of the kids' bedrooms and in the basement, and I could just leave the stuff all there. It's great.
Well, right now the sewing machine's in the basement, so it's just left there. So I would have a place to do it, but I just don't have the time to do it.
Yeah. I always, when I'm through with doing these book reviews, I go home and think, I've got so much time. What should I do today? And it's just, it seems as if my life is empty all of a sudden.
Okay, go ahead and just, you can turn a few pages.
Oh, heavy reading.
Do this. Someone
Okay.
talking about it.
Tape is indeed rolling. So you just look down and pretend you're talking back and forth.
Now, on the 11th of September, that's already gone.
We've
isn't it?
all finished.
The story times. We can move on to the next one. That's the way it happens here. Who's your new person?
And when did you want to do this toddler story time that you're going to do?
With puppets.
I don't do windows or.
Uh,
No, do you know the name of the person that was hired?
I don't know if I know. I mean,
Did you get to see that? on the
yes, I
interview?
was in on it.
Are you
I
satisfied?
don't know how far along in the process.
How many people interviewed for it? Miss Landers said there weren't any transfers.
Mm-mm.
Miss Landers-
Those, could you hold the book, hold them back up a little bit?
Like this?
Yeah.
That's good
yeah,
because
that's
that indicates possession.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right. That's sort of
Since I'm basically insecure anyway.
We're all becoming more insecure all the time,
As time
basically.
passes, yes.
Let's try another shot.
Okay,
In
now
all
what are we going to be
seriousness.
doing?
Well, I'll do the same thing, but I just wanted to try it.
But we have to start the conversation all over
Yeah.
again,
You
Dave.
have to be serious. Oh,
How many preschool story dancers?
we're going to have to add a toddler. Can you believe it?
Because the demand is so
Yes.
great. But the new person will do that.
Yes.
Start.
Theoretically, yes.
We're already into December, Dave, so hurry up. Oh, we don't have it.
No,
going
No,
on in
December, I'm teasing.
All right,
Position.
one more shot and go back to September.
December.
October. There's one more week. I'm gonna try to come up next week to meet both Schulers. I said I would try.
Oh, they're coming to toddler story time.
She loves it.
Yeah.
This is getting tedious. I hope there's
Yes.
no one in the audience that can.
Read lips.
Well, you're gonna clip about 10 seconds of this, aren't you, Dave?
Yeah, I'm only using two. Okay, one more.
He never shot this much of me.
He keeps
Well, that's
saying
because
one
you're
more.
just such a pro.
See, I'm covering myself here in case.
CYA.
This is the last
Yeah,
chance.
so-
Okay, we're back to September.
Tell me now, if I do a thing with puppetry for second graders today, can they do shows? Can they read? Second
Sure.
graders? They should be able to read.
They should be able to read,
I hope
yeah,
so, 'cause that's what the whole thing is going to be.
Some basic. Is that when they're coming in this
Mhm.
afternoon?